Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. So it's another day, another OINP series. For today's video, we're gonna discuss about OINP employer job offer in demand skills stream. So this stream is specifically for sectors such as agriculture, construction, trucking, or personal support work with a job offer in Ontario. So if you are or your partner is working in a home care, a PSW, or a butcher in, uh, for example, in Maple Leaf, this is the perfect stream for you. Okay, so stay tuned as we discuss in detail about this OINP stream. Okay, so let's start with the job offer requirements. The first job offer requirements is your job offer should be full-time and permanent. Full-time means that you must have a minimum of 1,560 hours a year and a minimum of 30 hours of paid work per week. So check your contract. If it is more than minimum of 30 hours or more or above, then you are good to go. Then permanent means the job offer must have no end date. And unfortunately, for job offers that are seasonal and contract based are not qualified. Okay, so what are the eligible occupations? Okay, so it says here that regardless if your work site is inside or outside GTA, that's fine as long as it falls under these NOC codes. So if you are a PSW or a caregiver inside or outside GTA, your job offer is eligible. Okay, so for those who are working in Maple Leaf, in Cargill, I believe that this is your NOC code. So your job offer is very much eligible for this stream. Okay, so there's another list of NOC codes here that is only offered outside GTA. So these are the NOC codes that they are only accepting if your job offer is outside GTA. Okay? Alright, now so let's discuss the pay per hour. Okay, so it should be median wage level. So what does it mean? So we just have to go to the job bank website like so. Okay, and let us check. For example, you're applying as a PSW, that's 41101. Okay. Here, and we will just gonna scroll down until we see the Ontario section. For example, you have a job offer in London region, so your pay should be at least $22.30. Okay, so it should be on median wage level. So for Ontario, under London region, your pay should start from $22.30 or above. Alright. Okay, so it's the same method as the other code. So let's try one more code for this one, 94141. Okay. Okay, let's scroll down. So the middle part is the median, And for example, your job offer is in London region, your pay should be $21.50 per hour or above. Right? Alright, so let's move on to the next requirement. The next job requirement is that your position should be urgently necessary to employer's business. So you just have to convince the officer, the OINP officer, that your position is urgently needed to employer's daily ongoing business activity. Okay, and of course, this is self-explanatory. Your job offer should be based in Ontario. Okay, and then we need to the next part, which is the applicant requirements. Number one is you have to file your expression of interest, or the EOI, for you to receive an invitation to apply. Okay, just so you know, I have a separate video for EOI on how to file it, and also, please note that EOI is free. You don't need to submit anything yet. The only time that you have to pay is if you are going to lodge your application after you receive your invitation to apply. Okay, so the next one is one of the most critical, which is your work experience. So for work experience, you have at least 9 months of cumulative paid full-time work. Okay, so for this 9 months, you have to gain that within the last 3 years prior to the date you submit your application. And if you have multiple employers, that's fine. You can add this up. You can add that up as long as it will be a total of 9 months. So multiple employers are fine. Okay, and work experience also doesn't need to be inside Canada. If you have experience with the same NOC code outside Canada, it is acceptable. Okay, and the next one, if your job offer needs a valid license or authorization, you have to provide the license from Canada. For example, your job offer is an architect, a doctor, a nurse, and whatnot. You have to provide the license for Canada, the Canadian license. Okay, and aside from that, you should have a language exam. There are 2 English tests that are acceptable, which is IELTS and CELPIP. And the required score should be level 4 or higher. Okay, and there's also a requirement for your education. You should have at least a secondary school, high school diploma, or credential, or its equivalent in another country. So you should be submitting your transcript of records on WES or ECA. If you don't have idea, you can just explore this website. Okay, and number 6, you should be showing proof that you have the intention to live in Ontario, because this is a provincial nomination stream. So what are the documents that you can show to prove that you're staying here in Ontario? So yeah, your job offer, you have worked in Ontario before, you or your spouse is studying here, you're doing volunteering. You can show your leasing contract, your apartment contract. You can also show your professional networks and affiliation, even your church. If you have a church here in Ontario, you can also show it. That is also considered as ties. Okay, and there will be an additional score if you are already here in Canada, because this stream is also for those outside Canada applicants that already has a job offer from one of the employers here in Ontario. So you just have an additional point if you already have a status here in Canada, such as visitor record, study permit, or work permit. Okay? All right. For employer requirements, the number one is the general requirements. Your company should be active in business for at least 3 years prior to submitting your application. And of course, your company should have premises in Ontario where you will work, and your company should have no outstanding violation against Ministry of Manpower, and they should be showing proof that they made effort to recruit a Canadian citizen or a PR prior to offering the position to you. For example, they posted this position to Indeed and other job portals. Okay, so the next one is your company, if it is inside GTA, your company's revenue requirement is 1 million or up. Okay, and if your work site is outside GTA, $500,000 or up. Okay, and there should be at least 5 full-time employees who are Canadian or PR. If your work site is inside GTA and at least 3 employees are citizen or PR, if your work site or your report to work is outside GTA. Okay, and the most important thing is your employer is very much willing to fill out and sign the employer form. Okay, and if you want to explore more on the stream on how to boost up your score, to be able to have an ITA, to be able to be invited to the stream, you can just scroll down and study the scoring factors. All right. Okay, and please note that I have a separate video of creating an OINP account and filing your EOA. You just have to go to my profile and check my other videos. Okay, I wish you all the best, and I hope all of us can get our dream to become a PR and to become a Canadian citizen soon. Thank you. To God be all the glory.